Hi, Emma. I really need your help. I've been trying to learn English for a while now, but I just can't stay consistent. I start studying for a few days, then I get distracted or lose motivation. I don't know what to do.
Hi, Sarah. I understand how you feel. Learning a language can be challenging, especially when you don't see results right away. But consistency is the key. I'm glad you reached out because there are definitely ways to stay motivated and keep going. Let's talk about what's been happening. What do you think is stopping you from being consistent?
I think the main problem is that I get bored easily. I try to study every day, but after a few days, I just don't feel like it anymore. I also get frustrated when I don't understand something, and that makes me want to give up.
It sounds like you might be putting too much pressure on yourself to study the same way every day. When learning becomes boring or too difficult, it's easy to lose motivation. The first piece of advice I can give you is to make your learning routine more fun and varied. You don't always have to sit down with a textbook.
What do you mean by make it more fun?
Well, instead of always studying with a book or doing grammar exercises, you can mix it up. For example, some days you could watch English movies or TV shows with English subtitles, or you could listen to English podcasts about topics that interest you. When you enjoy what you're doing, you're more likely to stick with it.
That sounds like a good idea. I do like watching movies, but I usually use subtitles in my language. Do you think it will help if I use English subtitles instead?
Yes, definitely. Watching movies with English subtitles is a great way to improve your listening and reading skills at the same time. You can learn new words in context, and it doesn't feel like hard work because you're doing something you enjoy. Start with English subtitles, and when you feel more comfortable, try watching without subtitles to challenge yourself.
Okay, I'll give that a try. But what about the frustration part? Sometimes I get really discouraged when I don't understand something. It makes me feel like I'm not making any progress.
That's completely normal, Sarah. Everyone feels frustrated at times when they're learning something new. It's important to remember that progress in language learning is slow, and it takes time. You won't understand everything right away, but that doesn't mean you're not improving. The key is to be patient with yourself and focus on small achievements.
Small achievements? What do you mean?
Instead of focusing on the big goal of becoming fluent, try to celebrate the smaller victories. For example, if you learn 5 new words in a week or understand a conversation in a movie that you couldn't before, that's progress. Reward yourself for those small successes. It will help you stay motivated because you'll see that you're improving even if it's little by little.
I guess I never thought about it that way. I'm always thinking about how far I still have to go instead of how much I've already learned.
Exactly. It's important to recognize your progress no matter how small. Another thing that can help with consistency is setting realistic goals. Sometimes we lose motivation because our goals are too big or vague, like, I want to speak English fluently. It's better to set specific, achievable goals like, I will learn 10 new words this week, or I will practice speaking for 10 minutes every day. These smaller goals are easier to reach, and each time you achieve one, you'll feel more motivated to keep going.
That makes sense. I think my goals have been too general. I just keep telling myself, I need to study English, but I don't have a clear plan.
That's very common. Having a clear plan can make a big difference. Once you set specific goals, you can create a routine that works for you. It doesn't have to be the same every day, but it's important to include different ways to practice, like reading, speaking, listening, and writing. And remember, you don't have to spend hours studying. Even 15 or 20 minutes of focused practice each day can make a big difference over time.
That sounds more manageable. I always thought I needed to study for at least an hour, and sometimes I just don't have the time. Then I skip a day and it becomes 2 days, and before I know it, I've stopped studying altogether.
It happens to everyone. The key is to find a routine that fits your life. If you only have 15 minutes one day, that's okay. Consistency is more important than the amount of time you spend. If you do a little every day, it adds up. Also, if you miss a day, don't be too hard on yourself. Just pick up where you left off the next day.
That's really helpful. I think I've been too strict with myself. I feel guilty when I miss a day, and then I lose motivation to keep going.
You're not alone. A lot of people feel that way. The important thing is to be kind to yourself and keep going even if you miss a day or two. Another tip to stay motivated is to track your progress. You could keep a journal or use an app to note what you've learned each day. Seeing your progress in writing can help you stay motivated and remind you how far you've come.
I like that idea. I think writing down what I learn would help me feel more organized too. Sometimes I forget what I've already studied.
Exactly. A journal can help you stay organized and also give you a sense of accomplishment. You can look back and see all the things you've learned over time. It's a great way to stay motivated, especially on days when you're feeling down or frustrated.
I'll start doing that. It sounds like a good way to stay on track. Is there anything else you recommend for staying motivated?
One more thing that can help is finding a study partner or a group. Learning with someone else can make it more enjoyable and help keep you accountable. You can practice speaking together, share tips, and encourage each other when motivation is low. Have you thought about finding a study partner?
I haven't, but that sounds like a great idea. I think it would be fun to study with someone else, and maybe it would help me stay consistent too.
It definitely helps. When you study with someone else, you can motivate each other and even make learning a bit competitive in a fun way. It's a great way to stay on track.
I'll try to find a study partner or join a group. That could be exactly what I need to stay motivated.
That's a great plan, Sarah. Just remember the most important thing is to enjoy the process. Learning a language takes time, but if you're consistent and stay motivated, you will see results. Don't worry about being perfect. Just keep practicing and you'll get better over time.
Thank you so much, Emma. You've given me a lot of helpful advice, and I feel more motivated already. I'm going to try all these tips and see how they work for me.
You're very welcome. I'm sure you'll do great. Just take it one step at a time, stay consistent, and most importantly, have fun with it. Learning English can be an enjoyable experience if you allow yourself to enjoy the journey.
I'll remember that. Thanks again, Emma. I'm excited to get back to studying now.
Good luck, Sarah. You've got this.
Thank you for watching. If you think this video was helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us make more useful content for learning English. See you in the next video.